Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Ray. I got videos today from the Modern King.
I'm gonna say it, and you're not gonna like what I have to say. You're not gonna like it, man. You're not gonna like it. Where are the real men at? I'm sick of it. They don't make men like they used to. I'm gonna say it loud and proud.
You know, it's funny when they say they don't make men like they used to. You know who made men? Women. So it's women's fault for making men not the way they used to be.
Meanwhile,
I have found that relationships work best when the man prioritizes the woman and the woman prioritizes herself.
I have found that taking relationship advice from stupid people makes relationships fall apart.
True.
Women. I got my humbled at work last night. When I'm at work and I'm not dancing on the stage, I like to walk around the club and go mingle with customers. She just walk around the club and I'll find somebody and I'll be like, hey, would you like any company? And most of the time they say yeah. Like, who's gonna say no to free company, right? So anyway, I'm doing my rounds and I approach this guy and I'm like, hey, would you like any company? This man goes, no. No. I have never been rejected so point blank period to my face in front of everybody ever in my life.
we don't care.
I'll probably delete this, but
And she had to come online and make a whole video about her worst moment and worst L in life.
I'm feeling really scared. I wasn't looking to be alone at 48. I didn't get married to get divorced. I tried so much.
Pretty much. No, 100%. When they're so vague about everything, there was no problems. It was always their fault because they initiated the divorce.
Like, I can't imagine being with anyone else. I mean, I can, but it could just be a fantasy because I'm really good at limerence. I'm really good at living in the positive. The what could be's. I don't know.
Seems like this was yet another case of thinking the grass was greener on the other side. You let them talk long enough and they will always tell on themselves. One of their favorite things to do is tell others how toxic and evil their ex-boyfriends and husbands are.
Don't forget about the narcissism.
The fact that she had
Modern
nothing
King.
negative to say,
Always narcissism.
yet still divorced him, is the first warning sign. The second warning sign was bringing up limerence, her fantasies, and her daydreaming about what could have
when she
been.
said limerence, I was
With
like,
her
this girl's
deliberate choice
cooked.
to remain as vague as possible, we will never truly know what happened. But what we do know is that it was some form of self-sabotage that she now regrets, as her fantasy about what could have been didn't play out the way she thought it would.
You know, ignoring women is always better than arguing with them. Because arguing with a woman is like playing chess with a pigeon. She'll knock over the pieces on the board and then strut around like she won.
Damn, that's a good analogy.
The reason why women are always cold is because God created them to be in front of a stove or an oven. So naturally, when they leave their habitat, they're ready to.
Whoever came up with this that your 40s are your new 20s, dead wrong. When I was in my 20s, I was engaged, having babies, getting married, I had a house, I had goals, I had a plan for my life. I am 41, I've been divorced, single for years, can't keep a guy more than 2-3 weeks max. I have more money than sense, drink like a fish, and half the time, I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Damn.
So how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Is that a real 6'2" or a man 6'2"?
You know, men, y'all add inches.
I'm not understanding what's going on here.
So did your doctor say that you were 6'2"?
Or did he say 5'11"?
So let's say I am 5'11".
Okay.
What are we talking about?
We want to know your height. Just answer the question.
Right,
If it's 6'2", it's 6'2".
I know, but I mean, I want to know, like, where we're going with this.
Well, one, she's a taller woman.
She is.
Correct. 6 feet, and so she also loves to wear heels. So now we're adding a few inches.
6'3",
So
6'4".
is that something that, you know, like some men are weird about that?
Oh, so your question is do I mind her height?
No. Our question is how...
The brother is playing dumb for purposely, I believe, because there ain't no way this brother don't know.
How tall are you? It's really lighthearted. We were just asking how tall you are. That's it.
Okay, but it's the same answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not mad at it.
But remember, if you ask them how much they weigh or how many men they've been with, they'll have a breakdown and call you every name under the sun. They love talking numbers unless it's about them.
Waving a symbolic white flag, okay, ladies? I know I've been hard on you for the past couple days, and I want to have a serious conversation. The reason why I am so passionate about this topic of women seeing men as human and not just the butt of some joke on social media.
Right, yeah. She wasn't even saying, like, men are the greatest or the best or anything. Can you just see us as humans? That's pretty basic, right? See us as the same creatures as you.
Media is because I used to be like y'all. I used to laugh at all the jokes and repost the videos. I followed Drew and haha, men suck, yeah. And then I was in a relationship with a man who for all intents and purposes was very good to me. And I didn't respect him. And I ended up cheating on him. And I felt terrible for that. And I didn't want to hide behind my emotions or how he made me feel or whatever. I had to put that on myself. I had to take accountability for that.
Good for you, girl.
I had to go to therapy for that. I had to realize that I was wrong and the way that I saw myself in relationships and the way I saw men was not right. So I started talking and really listening to the men in my life, asking them questions, trying to see how they see things, understanding their perspective, watching male content creators, trying to hear them out. And what they said.
You know, again, I'm actually kind of proud of some women out there. I have like a 9% female ratio on my channel. So there's actually a decent amount of women that watch my channel. Maybe like 10 of them. Right? And they leave comments and they'll talk about like how they're women, but they understand the perspective of men and they like watching this content because it helps educate them so they can get a little bit closer towards their husbands and things like that. That's wonderful. Like I wish women would come on and just listen to some of the things we say. I'm sure, yeah, some of the stuff we are a little harsh. I don't say we're not, but it's harsh truths that I think all people need to kind of hear.
It made a lot of sense. And I realized that these women were not being respectful towards men in the same way that they wanted respect from men. And I didn't like that. This all happened with...
That's the problem, right? It's the golden rule. You treat others the way you want to be treated. Women want this, like, unquestionable respect, but they treat men with irregards of respect. Like, that's the problem.
My brain fully developing, so maybe some of the girlies just aren't there yet. But here's hoping that one day you learn to realize, if you haven't already, that men are people too. Yeah. Just like women can be bad, men can be bad.
True.
Just like women can be good, men can be good.
Yep.
And here's hoping we all get to that realization eventually.
You think that as a woman ages, dating becomes easier or harder for her?
Harder. Harder but easier because we know what we like versus what we don't like.
So you have even higher standards as you age.
Absolutely.
But you are also going for the top tier guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, do you think that those top tier guys are going for women in your age category or younger women?
That's a tough one.
The question isn't hard. The reality they have to accept is, many of them have never asked themselves why the man they think they deserve would actually want them in return.
They never.
The funniest...
They've never thought that the man that they want actually wants something back.
part about this is the same ones with these delusional demands don't even meet their own standards, yet still think they are entitled to a man that does, while offering nothing that he wants in return.
And my ex-wife, we got into an argument over the phone, the mother of my 2 daughters, and she let something slip that made me question, is the first kid I had with her my actual daughter? So when I go and get my kids, all of them together, all 3, I took them to Charlotte and we got the DNA test. And sure enough, a couple weeks later, come back, find out the first kid I had with her while I was in high school was never mine to begin with. And I just had my other kid.
See, that changed the trajectory of this man's life. He assumed that that was his kid. He got with the mother, had 2 more kids with her. If he knew that wasn't his kid, this man might be living a totally different life.
with her, right? The one that really is mine. That was a rough time. What's the worst thing a woman could do? To me, that's the worst thing you could do. And she did it because she knew I was going in the military. I made the decision I was going. Now that I know the truth that this kid isn't mine, I almost had a little bit of relief that I can probably let this part of my life go. And also child support. The sadness that hit me was the fact that she's not mine now. When I get my daughter, watching her watch me take her sister now, and not her. The first few years, I still took her. But I knew at some point, I'm going to have to not. Her dad's going to want to.
That sucks. Like, as a man, like, you really don't want to treat kids so differently, especially when they're siblings, but they're not your kids. You know, as a man, you want to provide for you and your own. Sorry, yes, you guys are siblings, but you're not my kid.
Time and all this stuff. But the first time I got her, after the fact, I asked her, did your mom tell you something about what's going on with us? And she said, Mom said that you don't want to be my dad anymore. And I was like, here we go. So I got to battle this. And then trouble started happening between me and her that I just had to let it go. We still talk today, but it's just sad what I had to deal with.
I'm going to say it, and you're not going to like what I have to say. You're not going to like it, man. You're not going to like it. Where are the real men at? I'm sick of it. They don't make men like they used to. I'm going to say it loud and proud, because tell me why men these days, they don't want to do an oil change. They don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to do anything. If Google doesn't know, babe, they don't know. Tell me why.
But Google knows everything. So then they know everything.
My dad knows every single thing to do with his hands. I could ask my dad to literally build a bridge for me to get to the other side of the road. That man will do it within 1 hour. You ask a man this day and age, hey, can you tell me how to check my tire pressure? Yeah, let me Google that. What do you...
I mean, if you have a more modern car, it's like, look at your dashboard?
What do you mean you have to Google it? What do you mean you have to Google it, man? What do you mean? You are a man. This is what you're built for, babe. This is what you're built for, and you don't even...
But if you've never done that, you might have to Google it. What did it... people don't really have to check tire pressure as often as they used to.
even know how to check my tire pressure. Please. I'm sick of having men that don't know how to literally use their hands.
It's funny because she's like complaining about men not knowing it. You don't know any of this stuff either.
I'm sick of it. Be a man.
Where are we meeting the men that don't suck? Where are we finding them?
Where are all the good men at?
Where have all the good men gone? Where are all the good men?
Where do I find the nice guy that wants a simple, healthy relationship?
Where are all the good men that don't cheat? Where are all the good men that still respect women to understand that they don't deserve to be played with, lied to, and manipulated? Where are all the good men that want to prioritize their family, their girlfriends, and the people around them that matter?
They're already married.
Where are all the good men
Well, a good
that
chunk of
know the sacrifice of a woman when she's at home with the kids or she's making a house a home and they appreciate it? Where are all the men that are happy to go to work every single day knowing that the home and the house that they built is because they sacrificed time away from their children? Where are all the good men that are trying to balance work, a romantic relationship, their kids, trying to do all the right things and still feel like they're falling short? Where are all the good men that understand that women can be crazy, but you love them anyway? Where are
True.
all the good
I think a lot of men realize that, and we still love them.
men that understand that things are not always going to be easy, but they're not going to go out and cheat or be out in the club to fill their ego instead of making it work within their relationship? Where are all the good men that still have integrity? They do exactly what they say they're going to do and they never fall short. Where are these men? Because according to women, there are no good ones left.
I don't mean to be a brat, but it's like, when is it going to be my time? Like, I am independent and strong. I'd like to think I have it pretty much together. Like, I'd like to say that I am pretty beautiful. But one thing about me, yeah,
Average. Maybe average at best.
that girl can't get a man for her life. Her life! I'm tired and I just want to sleep next to my man. I want to read my...
Tell the truth, most men probably don't even like sleeping next to you. I'm a big advocate of not sleeping with a significant other in the bed. I need the whole bed to myself.
book next to my man, make my coffee, drink it next to my man, and not go out to the clubs anymore. Like, what the f do I have to do to secure the man.
Probably didn't go to the club as often as you did before. Now,
Stop
there's
gatekeeping.
consequences.
As we can see, she recently got done with her self-exploration era and is now ready for
That's what I said. Consequences.
a real man to come save the day. She chose to spend her 20s clubbing and exploring her options, thinking it would last forever. But now that the inevitable is happening and she isn't getting the attention she once was, she's ready to settle down. This is a tale as old as time.
People are currently very upset after finding out who won the 2025 Man of the Year award. So for those of you that don't know, every single year GQ hands out an award for the Man of the Year. They've been doing this for many years now, and well, of course, they decided to do it once again for the year 2025. Now there's a lot of men out there that definitely could have won this award, but the person that ended up winning it was actually Cynthia Erivo. Yeah.
Is she even trans? Or is this just, we're just giving women men titles now?
Definitely a interesting choice, that is for sure. I was expecting someone like maybe like Tom Holland or something like that, but no, Cynthia Erivo really did end up winning the 2025 Man of the Year award.
What? Again, if they transitioned, sure, I'll give it to them since, you know, Kyler Jenner or whatever, Bruce Jenner or, you know, won Woman of the Year. All right, I can give it to them that they can win Men of the Year. But if she's not even trans and it's actually just a woman being a woman, yeah, that's a problem.
A lot of people just really feel like this was not the correct option for the person winning the 2025 Man of the Year award, and just feel like, you know, someone else definitely should have won it besides Cynthia Erivo. So definitely a very interesting situation to say the least. And I'm just really curious to know your thoughts about all of this.
I agree with you that men built the system. Men built the entire infrastructure that allows all of us, including men, but especially including women, to have the most comfortable and prosperous and healthy lives that has ever existed in all of human history. And the complete ungratefulness of women.
My God, you...
I'm not being ridiculous. You women hate... At no other point in human history have women had so much contempt and hatred and disdain for men when it is due to men's genius and ingenuity and labor and physicality that has enabled women to live the most comfortable lives they've ever been able to live. And there's a bottleneck to every cascading invention due to men's increased physical. Look, I know this sounds crazy.
Oh, it is.
In order to live in a skyscraper, there were cascading previous inventions that were necessitated on male strength that women don't possess, that enabled us to build.
I mean, we were able to build things that are stronger than us. Like, imagine that. Like, just building something that is stronger than its original creator. That's what men have done throughout eons.
Things far into the sky for you to live in comfortable, air-conditioned, not just live, but to have a job in a comfortable, air-conditioned office. All of these comforts, it wasn't the evil patriarchy, it was benevolent men. It was typically often like poor men who labored and built.
She don't care. Look at her. Just don't care.
This country, and you guys don't give. You don't care. It's through men's sacrifice, men's labor.
Oh my God.
Men's genius. Ingenuity.
Okay, so can I just please stop? This is like really starting to make me uncomfortable.
The thought of having to admit she is wrong is simply too much for her to bear.
Too uncomfortable.
The mere idea that the people she has so much contempt for are the same people who she relies on for living a comfortable, easy life would completely destroy her deluded illusion that all men are evil.
Like, the whole fallacy that most men are evil and most men are bad is just so obvious in nature and so obvious in real life. If every man was that bad, then women would just be getting essayed and murdered in the streets and kept in cages. But men aren't like that. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.